Back. A bipartisan group of 50 attorneys general, this includes 48 states, D.C. and Puerto Rico, launching an investigation into Google over possible antitrust violations. California and Alabama are the two states that have not participated. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry is one of the AGs taking part in the investigation, and he joins us now. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why Google and why now?
Well, look, I think that the alarm bells started ringing with many state attorney generals about 18 months ago. We met in Portland, Oregon, at a National Association of Attorney Generals conference where we started to discuss problems that we saw with many tech platforms, Google being one of them. From there, we had an FTC hearing in Nebraska, under which we again walked through the ad tech pipeline and the problems that Google was creating inside the digital advertising space. And so we've been focusing on that. We've had a number of meetings with the U.S. Department of Justice and explained to them the problems as well. And I think what you're seeing is you're finally seeing the momentum to have built to such a point in time where attorney generals are ready to look into these practices.
Mr. Attorney General, there are so many different regulators and lawmakers that are focused on Google and the big American tech companies right now in general. What can the attorneys general bring, this group bring, that maybe federal regulators can't? And will you coordinate with federal regulators as you investigate?
Well, look, we are going to cooperate with the U.S. Department of Justice, but make no mistake about it, this is an independent investigation by those attorney generals, by those states and territories that are participating. We're going to do it our particular way. We're going to cooperate with U.S. DOJ, but it is our investigation.
Timeline, your expectations for how this investigation plays out?
Well, you know, right now, again, we're focusing on the digital advertising space, right? Because there's basically a virtual commodity exchange that Google is controlling from start to finish, and that is problematic. That is one of the areas that we're focusing on. And of course, as we get information, we're going to go where the facts lead us.
Only focused on antitrust, though? Or could you start to look into topics like privacy also?
Well, look, again, everything's on the table. But remember that attorney generals in all different states are tasked with protecting the consumers. So that's unfair trade practices and antitrust actions.
What's the sort of range of possible punishments that you expect could be in play here, depending on what you find?
Well, again, I think we should wait and see where the facts take us. You know, as lawyers, we're going to go where the evidence takes us. We're going to look at it. And then, of course, at that point in time, once we've gathered those facts, once we overlay them on the law, then we'll discuss a remedy.
Is the harm that you expect you might find here in the digital advertising area to other advertising venues principally, or is it to the advertisers who maybe have less of a choice? Because obviously the demand among small, medium, big businesses to advertise digitally and, you know, Google and Facebook has remained strong and growing.
Well, I think the harm flows all the way down to the consumer. Again, look, many times, and on the show I've explained that consumers have come to have an expectation in search results, right, when they're looking for a particular product. You know, again, I explained a time where I was looking to repair a particular product and searching for the replacement part. I was unable to find it, but knowing what I've known over the last 18 months, I started looking in the following pages, not in the first page. And on the third page result, was able to find it. The consumer's harmed because what is happening is they're pushing the consumer to buy the entire product rather than the replacement part that's needed. And so, again, you're pushing the consumer to buy something that he's really not looking for, and he has an expectation that he can't find it, when if those consumers know that they have to go to the second, third, fourth, fifth page, they can find what they want. That's not the expectation that the consumer has had as the Internet has evolved. They believe when they're looking for that, they should find it on the first page.
Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry, thank you for joining us today on the heels of this news, of this possible investigation.